your story or dream, your transformation, going through your determination to be a champion. Spectacular, spectacular woman. Spectacular, spectacular woman.
Change your belief and you can change your behaviour. If you change your behaviour, you can change your results. And if you change your results, you can change your life. And that's a quote from Lisa Gemenzi. So, how many of you have ever had that wish dream? How many of you have ever wished that you could maybe start your own business? How many of you have ever wished that maybe you could go for a promotion, that promotion at work? How many of you have ever thought that you want to kind of get rid of those people that are around you, that, you know, these toxic relationships that kind of drain you emotionally and mentally? How many of you have ever taken action? So I'm Victoria Griffith, and I want to say a very warm welcome to you all to the Spectacular Woman event. We've got an amazing panel of speakers who are going to connect with you and share their stories in terms of how, you know, they were able to overcome their challenges.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so I bring you greetings from the United States, as Victoria said, specifically from Maryland. And I'm here to tell you that what is coming is far better than it has been. Your future is brighter than your past. It's your time, ladies. So now you need to prepare for your breakthrough. Prepare for your breakthrough. Prepare for your breakthrough, because there is power in the preparation. How many of you have a hard time saying no? You have a hard time saying no? And it's probably because you want to please. That's what we as women, we're caregivers by nature. So we want to make sure that everyone else is taken care of. But sometimes we have to do what? Just say no.
Yes, well, I've listened to some really wonderful speakers, women speakers, and very down to earth. And when you hear their story of where they're coming from and the adversity that they've gone through, but they've dealt with it and they've stepped up their game and they've become the people that they wanted to be. They're living their passion, their dream, and not being held back by constraints that society may be putting on them.
I'm not sure where you are in your life, but if you feel sometimes, hang on, there's something more. Something doesn't fit here anymore. I want you to really go into this. It's not about always doing and really working yourself, you know, to the ground. Sometimes it's just really just waiting and sitting back and see what happens. Because sometimes we can be so attached to all the things we want to achieve, and it can be very painful at times when you don't get the results, but you're just actually clinging to something and don't actually let God or the universe do its work. I got invited to train some women in Africa, and that's the last thing I want to give you on the way. Because I never expected this. When I was there, I had so much time to actually reflect on my life. And from there, I actually saw that I had changed, that I had achieved things. And I'm not sure what you do on a daily basis. How do you compare yourself? I would always compare myself to the people I look up to. I would compare myself to the people who've made it. I would compare myself to people who I perceive, you know, as the heroes, the ones who have done it, have run a big business, they have loads of money. But how often do you look back? How often do you really look back? We all change, even in a year, and maybe it's not massive. And you know what people always say, like an overnight success takes how long? 10 years. We forget about the hard work these people put in as well, you know, and even Ariana Huffington or whoever your idol would be, even they have fears. So no matter what you think you can do, or no matter who you think you are, I just want you to get out there make friends with the Screw-Up Fairy, and just let's do it. We're always here. Victoria has this amazing community, and we women, we bond so closely together, even though there are men at the back. Turn around, exactly. But there's something special about women, and these men will agree, won't they? Thank you very much.
Speaking with the speakers today made me realise it doesn't matter how many times you challenge yourself or there's obstacles in the way, just don't give up. I think Nikki was one of my inspiring ones. She was really good.
Stop living your life through somebody else's eyes. If our life was a shopping list, our dreams and our aspirations were a shopping list, whose shopping list are you living your life by? So many of us, our parents told us to do this, our partners told us to do this, our children want us to do this, but where did you come into this list? And oftentimes I say, if many of you remember when you left school, you were like, by the time I'm 18 I'm going to do this, by the time I'm 21 I'm going to do this, by the time I'm 25, but nobody could have told you it wasn't going to pan out like that. Absolutely. And then somewhere along the line we got scared and fear came in. And because fear came in, we put our dreams on hold. And we said, well actually, it's okay for everyone else, but not for me. Because if I go after my dreams, I'm being selfish. What about Tommy? What about Jane? What about Elizabeth? Or what about you? And sometimes you have to be selfish to achieve the things you want to be. And actually to be bold about your dreams. Now I say to people, to women, we are living in the best time of history, on the best side of the planet. We might have problems, but if you think about people who are stowing themselves away in crates and containers to get into this country, women across the world who aren't even allowed to learn to read and write, women who are still chattel in their relationships, we sit and go, I'm tired. I want to stay and watch EastEnders. Where did your passion for life go? Deep down there's a voice in you that's saying, I want more, I could be more, there is more. But we let fear come in and we nurture and we comfort and we shape and we mould our fear until it becomes our best friend. It's our partner next to us. And then when it comes to us to step out in faith, oh no, I'm scared. Oh, I don't know, what if? False evidence appearing real. And many of us who claim to have a faith, who believe in a God, whatever you want to call him, who has made us mighty and magnificent and great, we still are fearful. We're too scared to go and live our life. Because of most of us, it's what will they say? It's almost like, what will the neighbours say if I dare dream to live my life with passion? And actually, why can't you have a passionate life? Why can't you live life in bliss? You know, there's so many miserable people out there. Why do you want to be part of them? You know, it's like the ugly crowd, isn't it? Why do you want to hang around with the ugly people when you can have a really nice, beautiful life? Yeah? So, my 6 quick steps for you about taking that leap of faith. And I'll tell you, people always say, oh, Sonia, you're successful, you've done this. Successful people never say they're successful, they just say they've got a lot of work to do, because there's still more to do. And you have to push through. You have to have, the one thing I say to people, say yes, be resilient, and bounce back. It doesn't matter how many times you go down, make sure you get back up. Because too many people are soft. They're very, I call them precious. They're like, oh, they said this about me. Oh, they said, I don't care. What you have to say, I've got to worry about me. When I go to bed at night, I'm like this. So I'm so tired. On my day, you've still got to do this. Who has time to think back, I'm going to do this to this person, and they said this about me, and I'm upset because of that? Please, what a shallow life. When you could be dreaming your big, technicolor life that you want. You're there in black and white going, and they said this about me, and I'm really upset. And you know, please, get a grip. So people will say, Sonia, you're so hard. You're so what? The life I'm living, I love it. But it's hard work. And I'm prepared to put in the work. Are you prepared to put in the work that you want to live the life that you dream and crave? So my 6 steps, because I've been given a time warning, because you know, as my teachers did say, I do talk a lot. So, 1, your vision. What is your plan for your life? You've got to learn to overcome your fears so that you not only dream, but you take action on your future. Create your ideal life. It's there. That's why you're living now. Number 2, create a brand for yourself. Whether you're in the workplace or you're setting up a business, what does your body language, your image, your communication style, what does it say about you? I say to my members, think of yourself as a fragrance. Are you the old Brute or the Gucci? I know which one I want to be. So when you leave a room, and so as my mother would say, you know, when we bring friends around to our house, they go, oh, Jamaican Clarendon, so forgive me. They say, the spirit just don't take them, the spirit don't take them, don't bring them back to my house. And you go, boy, my parents are miserable, you know. But there is something about an aura that people have. So check your aura. So make sure that your brand communicates what you want people to think about you. And think of Madonna. Just reinvent yourself, you know. Number 3, and also be able to know your story. So when you're doing your introductions, know your story. What makes you unique? What's the difference that makes the difference about you? Okay? So number 3, social media. You could be your own virtual reality star through social media. So if you're in business, create a buzz about your business. Find out where your customers are and blog, do your ebooks, do whatever you need to do, but become a thought leader in your business sector. If you're in the workplace, become an authority. Because if you're looking for promotion, which are now harder to find, if you want to be part of that talent pipeline, people need to know you exist, and they need to know what you stand for and why they should be promoting you. It's not like before. The opportunities are fewer and competition is tough. Number 4, network. Absolutely critical for anybody's career path. For your success strategy, you need to be out there, but please, it's not about the vol au vents and the wine. As much as we love the wine as professional women, it's about finding the networks of influence, be strategic about where you want to be, and get a buzz about yourselves, get to find people who can help you on your journey. This is where networking, mentoring, and sponsorship. If you're in an organisation, get a sponsor who will be your personal cheerleader and will help you and guide you with the hidden requirements for success. And in that networking comes something around gravitas and executive presence. So if you are looking to make a difference, you better know what that means and make sure that you have the skills and the aptitude to be like that. Finally, if you're in business, the press. Work with the press. Start sending press releases about all the good things your business is doing. If you don't know how to do them, find yourself at your next networking event, find someone who's a journalist and become their best friend forever. Because it's really great. You learn so much from journalists, and learning to do press releases and working locally to build a buzz about your business or yourself. And finally, wealth. Women, we are finding ourselves in a situation where we are having to pay for our mortgages that are going to be extended. People who have, what's the other mortgage? The interest-only mortgages. Many women are caught in interest-free mortgages and will not be able to afford to pay that back because the ISAs are doing. There are going to be a huge number of women who are going to be homeless. There are women who are now lumbered with their children in their 30s and 40s who are not going anywhere. So if you have dreams of getting rid of them at 18, they're not going anywhere because they can't afford the housing. Secondly, if they're divorced, they're coming back home to that room, and your savings are going to have to look after them because your disposable income is going to go. The government's telling you your pensions are not going to be there. What are you doing to plan for your financial security in the long term? Know how much money you need to live on, how much money to maintain your lifestyle, and start putting in steps and actions that will help you achieve that. So, finally, just to say, make sure you have a compelling, authentic vision that motivates you and keeps you going. Create a brand that gets you noticed and gets a buzz about what you're doing. Use social media to your best effect. Network, network, network. Make sure you get a friend who's a journalist. And finally, know what you're worth and make sure that your actions are appreciating, not depreciating your value. So those are my quick tips around taking that leap of faith. There you go. Thank you very much.
Just always interested to, develop myself,
expand knowledge, expand my network. And yeah, it was a fantastic event, What I really love is, the call to action. That's really important because, we can have all these dreams and ideas, but we don't do nothing about it. So that's what really resonated with me is, just keep moving forward. I think it's really important. One lady, I loved what she said about, about stepping out of your comfort zone as well. I think that's really important as well to make progress.
Having confidence, having courage, and having self-esteem can help you all deal with any challenges that you may have in life. So we can have all kinds of challenges in life. We can have very small ones, from a toothache, that can, for us, it can be a big thing. It can really be hurting us, our tooth. Or we can have a blinding headache and it can be absolutely awful. Or we can have much, much bigger challenges, right? And it's how we deal with those, how we choose to cope with those. And it's our choice to choose what we do. So it could be anything from relationship issues to job issues. There may be somebody really upsetting you at work. You may be feeling like you've been bullied. How do you deal with that? How do you cope with that? What do you do? Do you retreat and get really upset? Or do you stand up and do you deal with that? What do you do? And just for a moment, I'd like you all to think of something really fabulous that you have done in your life. Something that made you feel absolutely fantastic. That puts a smile on your face. Could have been out with the girls last week. Whatever it was that made you feel really good. Or you could have a real success in your business. Whatever it was that made you feel really good or put that smile on your face. And I just want you, just for a moment, for 30 seconds, if you're comfortable to do it, just to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And release. One more time, take a deep breath in. And release. And just be in that moment. Allow that moment to become brighter, to become bigger, to become bolder. Really feel what you felt, see what you saw, and hear what you could hear. And step into that moment. Step in to you feeling so good about you. And now take the thumb and your forefinger of your left hand and squeeze it together. Anchor this moment. Anchor it. Anchoring is having a memory from your head and taking that to your thumb and your forefinger and squeezing it together. You can bring this memory on any time you want to help you feel so good about you. I can see those smiles coming on your faces because you just feel so fantastic. And release. Remember that. And finally, I'd like you to focus on this candle. Focus on this candle lighting. Really see the flame come alight. Can you see that? Really focus it. Come on, you're going to light right now. So why isn't it happening? Because you need to take action. And when you take action, it's your choice to choose what you do and how you do it with your life to make it happen now.
So I want to urge you, in the next couple of days or within the next week, I want you to think about something that you can take action in. Something that you may have been putting off for a while. Start to reconnect with that again and start to take action in it so that you can eventually start to live your wish dream. So it's all about taking action so that you can live the life that you truly deserve.
Listening to the ladies here, it made me realise, especially the last speaker, Nikki, where she says, she held that candle and said, look at it and see if you can see that flame. And she made you realise that there would be no flame unless you actually take action.